The 15th of March 2013. I rang the doorbell to Gloria's house, noting the dirty milk bottles on the doorstep. It reminded me of my mother, who late in her life had taken to working as a bottle washer in a dairy. At the end of a shift she'd arrive home with the unspeakable aroma of sour milk and sweat infused into her boiler suit. In the end, my father took to living in the shed, where he was eventually found dead after a failed wanking experiment. Gloria opened the front door. She was wearing a lacy nightie that had no doubt been bought from Mickelson's in the arcade. "Hello," I said, trying not to look at her wrinkled cleavage. "I've come to repair your dishwasher." She sighed deeply, took my hand and led me into an MFI kitchen. "Here it is, darling. It hasn't been giving me satisfaction. My dirty jugs haven't been touched." "OK," I said. "I'll give it a look. It might be a blocked tube." "Chance'd be a fine thing," she cried, and threw back her head with laughter, knocking the ash from her woodbine onto her chin. "Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I'll be in the bedroom when you've finished." I opened the dishwasher and immediately saw the problem. The drain hole had been blocked with sour milk, and once again I was transported back to my childhood. It was the day of my father's death. I was working at the BBC when I received a call from a nice young constable with the West Yorkshire Police. He told me that my father had been found hanged in his shed. However, they didn't think he'd intended to commit suicide, as they'd found him with his penis in his hand. He said that although strangle wanking was least common in 1980s Leeds, he'd read a pamphlet on the subject, so was qualified to pronounce on the cause of death. I thanked him and replaced the telephone handset. There was a knock at the door and Paul Ross ushered in my stinking mother. I hugged her and gagged slightly. "You're not to worry," I said, spraying the office with Glade. "I'll organise everything." The funeral came and went, and we were all respectably sad. But the 2 pairs of nylon stockings found in my father's shed went some way towards ameliorating my mother's grief, and my brother and I looked in our share of his tangerines, a rare and precious commodity back then, as a kind of parting gift. Such inadvertent profligacy in death being in stark contrast to the well-meaning thrift of the man well alive. I unclogged the drain and steam cleaned the rest of the dishwasher. I always try to do a good job, even when the machine has been neglected by its owner. When I was satisfied, I packed away my tools and went to find Gloria in the bedroom. Gloria was on the bed, stark naked and fast asleep. I popped a doily over her fanny and covered her wrinkled old dugs with my invoice. Then I went back downstairs and helped myself to a cup of tea and a few nice biscuits. It was a grand life fixing domestic appliances, much better than writing nonsense for the telly.